Do you know that there have been 100 billion lives on this planet Earth? There have been literally 100 billion lives, which means that 100 billion people have lived on the planet Earth. I mean, they've lived and died, but there have been 100 billion recorded lives on Earth. And that shocks me every time because each DNA is so different. Each DNA is so unique. Each person is so unique. Each parents are so unique. The social conditions that you have been grown up with is so different from everyone else. It's highly unlikely, near to impossible, that the same consequences of the actions that you have faced, someone else might have been facing that, and that structures them in the same way, that gives them the same kind of thinking. Because all of us, because of our different DNA, act differently in different situations and learn different things from different situations. Just recently, I was learning this story. I was reading the story where there was this father who was an alcoholic and he had two sons, and one was an alcoholic and one was not. And then he was asked, like both of them were asked, why are you the way you are? And the first guy replied, because I saw my father and he was an alcoholic. That's why I became an alcoholic. And the second son said, because I saw my father, he was an alcoholic, so I learned how alcohol affects lives, and hence I was not an alcoholic. And such a difference between the same, like, between two siblings of the same parents. Then how do you think that you are not unique when you have completely different DNA from um, most of the people out there? And your parents, how they raised you may not have been the same how others parents raised them. Basically everything is so different that every single thing, the social condition, the DNA, the parents, how they raise you, how what kind of education they give you, everything shapes into a person you are. And yet you can change, yet you can change, yet you can decide what you want to be from the next day. Today, if you decide, I want to lose weight, you'll be a different person 6 months later. Today, if you say, okay, I want to gain weight, you will be a different person 6 months later. And those people are completely different, not just physical appearance, but even mentally. Today, you say, I want to get educated and I want to get a PhD degree. You can get it. Today, you say, okay, I want to drop out of studies and not really study and start in entrepreneurship. You get it. Anything you want, you can get it. And I say this so many times in my channel, okay? When, like, literally, you have come from years of evolution, like billions of years of evolution, right? Mm, Even though you don't believe in literal evolution, but you still believe in some form of evolution, you are, like, you are able to change your entire appearance, your entire, like, literally, rats, they may have tails today, and from some years later they may not have tails because of evolution, because they don't need it. Like, if your willpower, if the willpower of a living organism is so grandeur, is so superior, then earning a few $1 million wouldn't even be a big deal, really, right? Like, you can literally change from one species to another, and you think that getting some money would be difficult, right? The math isn't mathing. so so here's the thing. um I'm just trying to tell you that you are so superior. You are literally, like, you are living, and that in itself is a huge deal. Like, there's air in your lungs, that is in itself so huge. It's just awesome, okay? It's like you have to be grateful to God each day for even being able to exist, having a consciousness. Just imagine that an ant can just go in 2 dimensions, and you can have a consciousness of 3 dimensions. Like, Isn't that just a thing to be so grateful about? Like, it's literally like you should be so grateful for being able to live like this, right? And maybe you think that you're inferior than that cool girl in your class. Maybe you're inferior than that topper of the class. Maybe you think that you're not the most beautiful woman of the class, and that makes you feel bad. But just think that you're alive. Just think that you're alive. Maybe everyone in your class hates you. I get it. But you're alive. That in itself is such a big thing. So you cannot be inferior, because just because you're alive makes you superior already. Now I'm going to tell you something. Everything that you ever perceive is in your brain, is in your mind. And your mind, my guys, I'm telling you, is so complex. Don't even get me started with it. Everything you feel is not because of your heart, it's because of your mind. I mean, obviously, there has been a scientific discovery that there's a small part of brain in the heart as well, but like, whatever. Your brain, right now, in today's scientific standards, is what does most of the thinking, is a complex thing, and everything you feel is your brain. Your brain is the master. Your body is literally the slave of your brain, right? So, whatever you perceive is not what is there, but what is in here, right? I know, it's bizarre, but it's just so interesting. Just hear me out. You see a white color. That may not be a white color, but you perceiving it as white color is your brain. Everything is in here. Maybe nothing really is out there. Maybe everything is in here. If you were able to see, but your optic nerves were not connected to a part of your brain, you wouldn't be able to distinguish what is red or black or whatever, or you wouldn't be able to see. Everything is in here, right? Like, even your olfactory nerves, like, when you smell certain things, you wouldn't be able to even smell it just with your nose. It had to reach your brain. So your brain is everything. Now let's talk about um, how this affects your daily life. When you see a person and when you start idealizing that person, there you're like, wow, what a person, what an intellectual person, what knowledge, wow, he's talking about big names, he has big words, vocabulary great, wow, wow, knows about all books, knows so many movies, um has got amazing scientific theories, like, just wow. Idealizing. That's what I used to do. I used to have a crush on this guy who used to talk to me about cosmological theories, and I was just like, mind blown. I loved him. Okay. I mean, obviously, that vanished. But I am someone who has done masters in idolizing people. I used to idolize people like they were gods, and I am literally their slaves. And the same thing happened when I used to fall in love. I used to be like they are gods, like they are not equal to me, like they are there, and I am worshiping them. Like, I love them, I worship them, right? And then what happened was, for a very long time, those people remained in that idealized state. Okay, they never fell down to earth. But I realized, and this realization hit me hard, okay, really hard, that these people were not special suddenly. Yeah, I know. Those people were never special. I was special. I was special because in my head, I perceived them to be special. They were just ordinary human beings, but I was projecting my ideas into this person. Okay. But when that idealization fell off and I saw them for who they were like normal people. Ah? Normal people? How are they normal? They're supposed to be here. Okay. How are they normal? They were always normal. I idealized them. That is one of the reasons why I don't have celebrity crushes. I don't idolize people. You see, so many times there are like people out there who you try to defend. Like I've seen this a lot. There are people out, and they try to defend them in politics and whatever. And you're like, no, no, she didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. I never do that. Like, for example, say Taylor Swift or Selena Gomez and all of these people. Yeah, they're nice. I listen to the music. Yeah, they did good things. Yeah, maybe they're good people. That's it. I never idealize anyone. They may be flawed, completely flawed individuals. Okay, they may be having done some really horrible things. I mean, I'm not saying they are doing that. I'm just saying that they may have done it, right? Like, why idolize them? I do not idolize anyone to the point where I cannot listen anything bad about them. Just recently, there was this video where Shara Seven was saying certain things, and the commentators were like, "Yeah, but she shouldn't be saying that because gold digger and everything." And women getting offended like army. Oh, like literally, it's like, and maybe Shara Seven wouldn't care, but these women were defending her like crazy. And even the wizard Liz, I mean, she's really amazing. I know, like, I love wizard Liz. She's done lots of good work. But you don't have to agree to everything she says. You don't have to idolize her, right? She's just a flawed human being, like all of us. But the way people idolize her, oh my god. I don't know, like, these I think are sheeps. And I don't even blame them because I used to be one of these people earlier, who used to idolize people in love. And I wish these guys would know that they would just walk, in the passage, and I was like, oh my god, look at them, what an intellectual guy, what a nice guy, all sort of idolization and this projection in my head that they were not even maybe in real life. Maybe if I had to write a book about them and they were to read it, they would be like, who is she writing about? This is me? No, I am not this. Okay. Like that level of idealization. And I've seen that a lot. People idealize people in love. And don't do that. Just don't. Don't idealize people. People are not worth being idealized. Who do you want to idolize? Idolize your goals instead. Idealize your ambitions, not people. People don't deserve that kind of idealization because everyone is flawed. Everyone, every single person. Okay. And another thing I really want to say out loud to people is love is not a justification for putting yourself down or having no self respect. You cannot compromise on your self respect because you are in love. Okay, let me make that clear that mostly guys and girls, younger ones, I know, I've seen both of them doing it, not just like one particular gender. They really tend to idolize another person. They think that they're god or something, I don't know. And then they think that it's okay to be disrespected because it is out of love. It's not okay. It's not okay to be disrespected. You know, a woman with dignity, with true dignity, with self respect will hurt and cry in her bed, will ask God, God, please heal me. Please make me stop falling for this person. It's hurting me. She will hurt and cry in her bed, but she will never go around begging for love. She will never be the one to say, oh, I like you so much. I love you so much. Please accept me. I want you. And the guy doesn't care. Like, no, this is not acceptable. Maybe it is acceptable in some kind of movie, romantic movie, and eventually the guy falls in love. In real life, it doesn't happen. All you do is lose your self-respect. That's all that's gonna happen. That's why when you're in love, don't beg for love. Just be the best version of yourself, and if someone is attracted to you, they will come on their own. If they don't want to choose you, they will not choose you, and that's okay. And another thing I really want to say is never manifest a person, because you manifesting a person is never going to work. Why it's never going to work? From personal experience, I'm going to tell you, because maybe you manifesting them will make them miss you and think about you a little bit, but maybe they don't want you. and you're manifesting them. So what happens is, although they may, kind of call you and kind of miss you a little bit here and there because of your manifestations, he will not fall in love with you, that's for sure. Maybe it will do a little effect, yes, but he also needs to want you, he also needs to be manifesting you, it should be mutual. But if he doesn't want you, then you cannot manifest on his behalf. What you can manifest instead is, God, please give me this person, this kind of person, but a better version. This kind of person, but who loves me back and is willing to make efforts for me. Exactly this kind of person, but with better qualities or better version. You can ask for that, but you cannot ask for make him love me, because that's not going to work, because he doesn't want you, you know